Okay, what's up, everybody? Today we're talking about the 2018 free agency market for the Cowboys and who they could potentially target in free agency. This is serious. Cop mode, man. You know what I'm talking about. You know how we do it here. All right, so let's get into it. Hope everybody enjoyed the weekend, wild card weekend. This video is an early look. As we get through the whole process here, the offseason, some players may get released and may draw interest. So right now what I'm pulling from this list of players are players that I have targeted that the Cowboys may have interest in. Mainly we're looking at players' age and possible affordability. You can go through and Google and look at some names here. There are some big names out there, familiar names, but there's a lot of old guys in free agency for this 2018. You're going to see a lot of old guys out here, a lot of familiar names. Cowboys aren't into that game, all right? They're just not into that game. So, these are a couple of players here. Obviously, the Cowboys, there may be some players on here that you guys like. There might be some players here missing that you want but are not on here, but this is just my opinion. I did leave off a lot of the big ticket guys. Cowboys aren't going to do that. They just aren't. That's not what they're going to do. But let's take a look at some of these players. All right, so right now let's take a look at this list. Let's talk about guard. All right, so the Cowboys, the big thing here with the Cowboys is guard. How do they feel about giving Jonathan Cooper another contract? Does he even want to stay here? Can they do better? I think they can do better. Question will be the price. All right, and I think a lot of this is contingent on what the Cowboys do strategically with their own cap. Demarcus Lawrence franchise tag. Are they going to give him a long-term deal with big guarantees and small cap numbers first couple years of the contract? That's typically how the Cowboys set up their contracts. They usually give some big money up front and small cap numbers in the beginning of their deal, and then it kind of bloats up towards the end of the contract. Or they kick the can down the road. So they will be able to sign Demarcus Lawrence to a franchise tag, and they will be able to sign him to a long-term deal. It's just about how much money are they going to give him, the guaranteed money, all right? And so what are they going to do there? What are they going to do with Anthony Hitchens? Do they feel good about Jalen Smith to let Hitchens test the market out and see what the Cowboys are going to give him possibly? So we'll see, man. But I think the Cowboys are going to be in the guard market. So let's take a look at some of these names here. Andrew Norwell, 6'6", 326, starting guy out of Carolina. If they let Hitchens walk, they'll have some extra money here to spend at guard. So Andrew Norwell could be a guy they look at. Jack Mewert from the Colts, 6'6", 305, 26. James Hurst. Another name here familiar, Luke Joeckel, former first-round guy from the Jaguars, played with the Seahawks here recently. A lot of these guys have position flex. He's 6'6", 307, 26 years old. All right, so here's a look at some other players' names you'll see in this list here. Swing tackle is another position here that the Cowboys definitely have to upgrade. You cannot roll with Chaz Green and Byron Bell. Those guys are upgradable. There's a couple guys here that I looked at that I think would be upgrades at that swing position. Cameron Fleming, 6'6", 320, and he's 25 years old, from the Patriots. Michael Schofield, 6'6", 301, 27 years old. Okay, so 27, kind of pushing it there. I would say 27 and 28 might be, where they really have the cutoff as far as giving a short-term deal to somebody of that age group. All right, wide receiver could be in play here. They do like Noah Brown, but I don't think that they are, married to any of these receivers on the team. We'll see, man. We'll see what they do with Dez. We'll see what they do with Terrence Williams, Beasley. Anybody. I think for them, anything. I think everything's on the table, to be honest. If they keep him, it's fine. But at some point, they got to get younger there. When we're getting a little bit long in the tooth there at wide receiver. So some guys will be available. Jarvis Landry, big ticket guy. We talked about that. Cowboys may not look at that, but it's a guy to consider. Depending if the Cowboys open up some more cap room. 5'11", 208, 25 pounds. These are the kind of guys I think the Cowboys are going to try to get for Dak Prescott. I'm using Landry as an example, not somebody necessarily the Cowboys will get. I would like him, but they're not gonna do that in the free agency. They just don't do it anymore. But route runner, good hands, and yak, yards after the catch. He's a prototypical guy that the Cowboys would do good with Dak, I think. Allen Robinson, 6'3", excuse me, 6'3", 211 pounds, 24 years old. However, he's coming off of an ACL injury, so got to keep that in mind. Marcus Lee, also from the Jaguars, 6 foot, 196, 26 years old. So, we're looking at players at the sweet spot there, 26, 25 years old, still has some youth and not so much tread on them, all right? Paul Richardson. Dante Moncrief, another guy, 6'2", 216, 24 years old. Speedy guy. Had pretty good success with Andrew Luck in the lineup, but Andrew Luck hasn't been in there, and Moncrief's numbers and performance, they just kind of tapered off. So he might be an affordable guy if you want to upgrade over what you currently have with Terrence Williams. Bryce Butler, I think that experiment's over. Some people want to bring him back. I'm just like, if they bring him back, that's fine. If they don't, I'm fine with that. But you got to get younger at wide receiver. Could they get another guy, an edge rusher? I think they're going to have to get somebody. Free agency, probably a lower tier guy to replace Mayoa. He's not going to be back. That guy requires a lot of motivation to get things done. We've seen that with Marinelli. Hasn't worked out. Okay, so add somebody else in the rotation. Will Clark, 6'6", 275, 26 years old. Coney Ely, Cowboys had interest in him in the draft process. 6'4", 275, 26 years old. These guys have pretty good production, pretty good rotational guys. Defensive tackle, Sheldon Richardson, 6'3", 295, 27. I don't see the Cowboys really rolling the dice on him, but he's a player that has been attached to the Cowboys for a couple of seasons now, whether it was trade talk or whatever. So I'm kind of including him in the list. If they want a big run-stuffing guy, Justin Ellis from the Raiders, 6'2", 335, 27 years old. Bo Allen, another big body guy, 6'3", 327, 26 years old. Dominique Easley, 6'2", 273, but he's coming off of an ACL issue as well. Jay Bromley, 6'3", 314, 25 years old from the Giants. I like this guy. Pretty good in the run. He can get to the quarterback. He can harass the quarterback, and he has youth, 25 years old. They got to get better in the middle. I've been saying that here for a while. Got to get better in the middle. They're a little bit too soft. We're getting wiped out at the second level with the linebackers because the middle is a little bit too soft. So let's get some money here. Let's get some meat there, some bigger bodies. All right, Star Lotulelele, 28. I'm not so sure the Cowboys would roll the dice on him. If they did, it would be a one-year deal, short term, not a big cap hit. Same deal for Benny Logan, 6'2", 315, 28. Kind of old, 28, talking football age. Linebacker, if they let Hitchens walk, do they replace him with somebody else, or do they look towards the draft? So that'll be the big thing. I think a lot of what the Cowboys do in free agency is tied to what they do with Anthony Hitchens and what they do at left guard. I think that's going to drive free agency for the Cowboys, and it's going to drive their draft boards. All right, those two positions have a lot of weight this year. But linebacker Preston Brown, 6'1", 251, 25 years old. Pretty good production from him. Excuse me, again. Avery Williamson, 6'1", 246, 25 years old as well. And then we have a couple other players here, Kevin Minter and John Bostic. So there are some players here, 25-year-olds, kind of the same age range as Anthony Hitchens. Hitchens is a starter guy. Also, you know, these guys I'm talking about, Preston and Avery. So, you know, what is the market going to set for these type of linebackers? Do they retain Hitchens or do they go to the draft? Those are just a couple quick guys here to get names out here. So there are some opportunities here for the Cowboys in free agency. So I just want to give a few names out here that really stood out for me, that have age on their side, because that's what the Cowboys typically are going to do in free agency. You know, we're talking age, younger guys, mid-tier kind of guys. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think the Cowboys are going to do in free agency? And that kind of thing, guys. But I really appreciate all you guys coming back here. We're knocking out these videos here for the off season. We'll have more draft talk as well. Have a lot of stuff coming up for you guys this week. So it's going to be another great week for us here at Cowboys Blog. And as usual, continue to like, subscribe, share, comment, click the bell for notifications. And we'll see you for the next video, guys. Thanks.